And good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Revenge of the 5th, all these different things that you want to celebrate, you can get worked up about online. This is Morning Joey. I'm your host, Joey Molinaro. Thanks so much for being with me. This lighting in here, when you're a kid and you're taking like pictures for baseball, your baseball team, and your mom or the photographer is like, nope. Can we lift your cap up just a little bit? And you like go like this, and they're like, no. And they like literally put it like this on your head. So you're like, smile, Stinky. That's what's going on with this lighting right now. So I'm going to try to lift my cap just a tad. But this is Morning Joey, May the 5th, Wednesday, day 3 for me in New York, day 2 for me doing the show in New York. Live from Barstool Sports HQ3, Viva the Stool behind me, as you see, coming in early, getting the studio. Very, very excited about today's show. Got a lot to talk about. We got real lightsabers happening. Holy shit. We got the Pacers being dead, done, over. Bingo, bango, bongo. They're done. Getting into that. The Cubs looked really good yesterday. All the badass I don't watch Star Wars people, we're going to break those down as well. But like I said, I'm in New York City. Feeling good. Got a few days left in here, even though I'm not in the dozen tournament. I'm just here. I feel like I'm the guy that like overhears the people in the office talking about where they're going after work, and then I just show up even though I wasn't invited. But that's all right. You just deal with it, and I'm here for the week, and so I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna make the most out of it. But yeah, last night went to dinner with Ben Mintz. That was nice. Mintzy, what a guy. So much energy, man. You gotta love the energy that guy brings. It's really just unbelievable. He is on fire all the time, and he's ready to him and Stu Feiner. Stu Feiner's ready to roll, and Mintzy's bringing the energy. So you gotta love it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that a lot. So me and my wife went out with Mintzy. It's wild. Like when you're in New York, for those who haven't been, for those who have been, you'll understand. But you automatically just think of New York as this huge, the Big Apple, the metropolis, and it is, right? Especially where the office is. But then, you walk 10 or so blocks, handful of blocks in one direction, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, you feel like you're in a movie scene. You're on like a set in Hollywood. All of a sudden you go from being in high risers and the heart of it in Manhattan to you're in kind of a little neighborhood. And that's what happened last night. Went to John's last night. It was super, super good. John's on Bleecker Street. Highly recommend. Mintzy was talking about how Dave gave it a 9.3. So if Dave gave it a 9.3, I'd put it up there. It was really, really good pizza. I walk in, they got like a picture of Frank Sinatra that's signed to John's. I was like, oh man, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. So for all of those of you watching on YouTube, I appreciate it. Please be sure to subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button. Like the video. It helps continue to allow me to be able to do the show because it keeps growing the channel, and we want the channel to grow. So do that. Those watching on Twitter, I appreciate you as well. You know the deal. Go back and catch up on other shows, other content, daily show at 9 a.m. here on the channel. So go and subscribe on there for sure. But here's what's happening on your feed this morning or last night. This is what I saw last night. Congrats to the Pacers because they have become what you absolutely cannot be, especially in the NBA, and they have become it. They have become the most uninteresting, boring team that is not going anywhere with no sense of direction in the NBA. They've done it. They have mastered being just competitive enough to maybe keep your interest while also being so uninteresting that even though they're in the 9 seed in the East, you just can't even watch them. Somehow they have mastered that. And they've become what you absolutely cannot be, man. Like here's what happened. Woj drops the story last night that Nate Bjorkgren, first-year head coach with the Pacers, his future is uncertain due to issues with the players and the staff. from Woj last night, almost 11 o'clock. Amid a year of difficulties with players and staff, Indiana Pacers coach Nate Bjorkgren's future with the franchise is uncertain as the regular season nears an end, sources told ESPN. Bjorkgren has significant work to do with his relationship among players throughout the team and with some members of the organization, but he has thus far shown a willingness to try to address those issues. Pacers, they're 30-34, ninth in the Eastern Conference, have been beset with injuries and missed games this season, but Bjorkgren's style of coaching and communication on the court, in the locker room, and in individual settings with players and staff has often been the root of team turmoil this season. Oh, boy. I mean, 30-34, all you need to know right there. What's the point? Why are we watching? They're competitive enough to maybe sneak in the back end of the playoffs to be the 8th seed, but they're not competitive enough to even have a hope at making a run or being interesting at this time of the year in May or even thinking about June. I mean, they cannot keep operating like this, man, because, you know, you look at like myself, been a Pacers fan my whole life. You know, I was growing up, I was a kid, I wore the Band-Aid under my eye like Reggie Miller. I'm working 2 blocks away from Madison Square Garden. Like, that's all I think about is like those battles back in the day. And then even in 2012, 2013, those Pacers teams against those Knicks teams and Roy Hibbert with the block. You know, I've been a Pacers fan my entire life. But it's getting to the point now, and it's really, really dangerous. This is a dangerous point as a franchise and as a sports team to where even fans like myself who've been there their whole life, it's not that you're pissed, you know? I'm not going to go on a rant like White Sox Dave about the White Sox or anything. I just don't care. I don't even know when they're playing. I don't care to watch them. I don't care about any transactions that are happening on the team. I don't care about the day in, day out. I just don't care. And that is dangerous. That is really, really dangerous as a franchise, especially one like the Pacers, where all you have are the people that are grassroots that have grown up with it. You don't have the interest like a big franchise, you know, like a big market team or like a team with superstars where people will come and go, and that'll get you through too. If you got people like me and my buddies who don't care, that is a fucking dangerous line to walk. So I don't know what needs to happen? They need to do something dramatic. They know it's like on the social network. You know, you have to do something to get the interest of the clubs. Like, if this isn't working with Bjorkgren, and obviously it's not, and yes, there's been injuries. I get it. TJ Warren's been out. Miles Turner basically out the whole year. You know, you traded away Victor Oladipo, but he's hurt, and we didn't want Victor Oladipo anyways. Cut ties with Bjorkgren. Admit that you know what? The experiment failed. Don't try to take it into next year because the next year is going to be the same old shit, and nobody's going to care still. Cut the ties with Bjorkgren, and you need to go out and make yourself relevant again, make people excited about it again. Honestly, gonna sound crazy. You can call it what you want. I don't really give a shit. I would fucking go and do Indiana basketball style. I would have an open check, and I would say, hey, Reggie Miller, how much do you want to come back and coach this team? I would do it. Because right now, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about this team. Nobody cares about the direction that they're heading. Nobody cares about the future. I mean, they just we are apathetic, you know? It's like in high school when your parent or like, you know, your older brother or something would tell you if you're going through like a, you know, kind of an on again, off again relationship with a girl, and you know, you're in the point where it's like you're at the point where you hate each other, you know, you're always fighting, you're always sending kind of nasty texts, and like she's with another guy and that pisses you off and you're mad, and like, you know, but you try to play it off as like, I don't care, whatever, I don't care, screw her, I don't need her. And then one of them is like, you know, the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is apathy or whatever. Like you know, they say like you're not over it when you hate it. You're over it when you don't care. And that's where I am with the Pacers. And I think that's where a lot of people are with the Pacers right now. You know, it was we were into it when it was Vogel and Hibbert and Paul George and David West, and we were into it when it was Nate McMillan and Miles Turner and Victor Oladipo and Domas Sabonis. We were into it then. We had direction. We had something to latch onto. We were like, okay, this is good. This is the future. These are like hardcore blue collar come in. These are our Pacers that we love. And then that went awry. And now it's just totally gone down the shitter. And you know what? That's just how it rolls. And I say that you got to just completely scrap it. And you got to do something drastic. You got to do something drastic to get attention of the clubs, to get attention of the fans. And if that's going to Jalen Rose or if that's going to Reggie Miller and saying, hey, we're breaking this trend. We know that you guys don't have, professional coaching experience, but the way that everything's going now with all different professional sports, it's not about that. It's about player-coach communication, player-coach relationship, and it's about getting the fan base fired up. And so we don't need to go with another guy like Nate Bjorkgren or somebody who's come all the way from the G League and has all these experiences and has sat on a bench as an assistant. Fuck that. We're beyond that. We're beyond that because people don't care. So Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, Jalen, you want to hop off TV? You want to come and try this experiment? Reggie Miller, if you want to hop off TV and you want to come back home and you want to take over the franchise and you want to be the face of it, how much you want? And unfortunately, that won't ever happen because the Pacers have an ownership group that as long as they're right where they are, then they're just going to wipe their hands and walk away. They have an ownership group that they want to just they want to be in the background. They don't want to be somebody who's behind the scenes of the school play, but they also don't want to be the lead person of the school play. They just want a role where they're on stage and, their parents and some of their family members can come and see them and take some photos and post them on Facebook. And then afterwards, it's like, oh, you did so good, even though there wasn't the pressure and you weren't the lead person, but we got to see you. That was nice. You sang well, I think, even though it was with the chorus of the people. We got to see your face on stage. You weren't backstage, so we at least acknowledge and see that you're doing something, but you weren't the front person. So, that they interviewed Chauncey Billups. Seemed like they had a chance to hire him, and they go with Nate Bjorkgren. And obviously, it's not working out. Obviously, it's not working out, man. So it's tough. And, I Kevin Pritchard, I've had him on this show. I talked to him. I've talked to him fairly regularly. The president of basketball operations for the Pacers. I love KP. I'm a KP guy. I know KP wants to win. And I know if it was up to him, he would do these drastic measures. But I guarantee you, the man's hands are tied. He's this middleman between ownership that just wants to be in the choir, doesn't want to be the lead man, doesn't want to be behind the scenes, and then you have Kevin Pritchard right between, and then you have the fans and you have the team down here. His hands are tied. So I feel for him. It fucking sucks. But I saw that story last night, man, and it's just everything just keeps getting bad the worse for the Pacers. People are hurt. Can't do anything right. Losing to the fucking Wizards. Are we in? Are we out? It's like, make a choice, dude. 30-34, the worst record you could be in the NBA. Now, everybody says the worst record in the NBA is not 15-67. The worst record in the NBA is 31-31 or whatever the fuck, or 41-41, which is exactly the direction that we're heading. 38-44. Just missed the playoffs. All right. And it sucks, dude, because there's nothing like in Indianapolis, you know, when it's this time of year and it's May and you got racers and pacers and you got, you know, the energy in the city because you got the 500 going on and it's nice weather and the Pacers are battling it out in a series and you got to look forward to that. You know, it's like people outside of the area, outside of the city and the state don't realize how much we do love the Pacers and how much it does matter to the city and how on fire the city gets when the Pacers are good. Along with the Indy 500, everything going on. It's awesome, man. But, you know, again, like coming full circle on what I started off with, the fucking – it's dangerous territory. It's scary territory to be where it's just, I mean, I think they played last night. I don't really know. Coach isn't working out. Who fucking cares? Can't have that, man. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, you got to have some people that care. Coming out hot, man. Coming out hot on the Pacers, baby. And the chat is coming out as well. Stuck in mediocrity. You're right. Mainframe hacker. Easiest season to make the playoffs in the East. I don't even think they should have fired Frank Vogel. You want to talk about not firing Nate McMillan? They should have fired Frank fucking Vogel. And Thomas, I mean, I don't really realistically think that's going to happen either, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't – if I'm Kevin Pritchard and I'm ownership, I'm to the point where something drastic like that needs to happen. It needs to at least be attempted. So I at least make the call. I at least try to have a meeting. I don't know, man. I mean, it's again, I don't know, and I don't care. So that question right there is a fair question, but it's just to the point where I just don't even have the energy, nor the time, nor the care to worry about Sabonis and LeVert because it's pointless. Yeah, Pacers are done. They need to do something drastic. The Cubs look good, though. Doubleheader yesterday, swept the Dodgers. Dodgers always going to be, defending World Series champions, going to be at the top of the NL, favorite throughout. And they beat up on him on game one, beat up on Kershaw, took him out. This is the shortest start of his career, I think. 1 inning, done. Put him out of his misery early. Dude doesn't like pitching at Wrigley Field. And then in game two, Javi comes through late in the 8th. Clutch bomb from Javi. And then Bodie does what Bodie does and walks it off, So I think they're 14-16 right now. This is what the Cubs are going to be. People ask me all the time in the chat. People ask me all the time on Twitter, on Instagram. What do you think of the Cubs? Are you excited about the Cubs? Yes. Yes, I'm excited about the Cubs, but I also think that you have to realize what they are, and this is what they are. Hopefully they have the ability to run a string of, take 6 of 8 or 7 of 9 or, whatever it is and, get themselves ahead and keep climbing the standings. But you just got to ride with them, man. It's going to be – you're going to have those stretches like in Atlanta and Cincinnati or where they lose 4 or 5 straight. And it fucking sucks, and Rizzo's going to be pitching. And then you're going to have days like yesterday where you feel like they're, a contender again. All I know is it's really great to see Chris Bryant doing really well, man. I miss this Chris Bryant. And for anybody who, said that Chris Bryant was done, and, I'll even admit, 2019, I was starting to be like, is this what Chris Bryant is? But I think we're seeing that the dude was just banged up. The dude had some nagging injuries. He's finally got him cleared. He's finally all right, and he's finally back to Chris Bryant. So not only extend Rizzo, but you got to pay Bryant too. You got to figure out some way to make it happen. Those dudes are too good. Those dudes are too good, man. So the Cubs looked really good. That was exciting. And I was watching it in the gambling cave. I was watching it with Carl, and Frank the Tank was in there in his spot. And so that was fun, man. That was really, really good when I can just sit there and type a Star Wars blog and watch the Cubs. Are you kidding me? I'm a lucky guy, man. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. We'll see what happens with the Cubs there today. I mean, that's the thing. Is like they look like world beaters yesterday. They sweep the doubleheader, and then today they can come out and they can beat 11-1. Wouldn't surprise me. So did you guys see? This is fucking crazy. I've watched it probably 97 times because I just can't believe it. I can't wrap my head around that this is actually something that is a real life thing. All right. Check this out. Disney reveals their realistic lightsaber technology that will be used at theme parks and more. Watch this shit.
A balance.
Are you kidding me?
Light, darkness, a balance.
That's it. I'm good. I've seen all I need to see. I've said for a long time, in my lifetime, if I can see a lightsaber to where they figure it out to where actually it's like a blade like that and it comes out, then I can die a happy man. I can die a happy man now. They can take me. Are you kidding me? I don't think people are gonna understand how big of a deal that is. Dude, I grew up in the mid 2000s, and the best thing I had available and I loved was the plastic, fucking you extend it like that and it would one by one come out, the plastic lightsabers, right? But I thought it was so cool because, I had the Qui-Gon Jinn hilt, I had the Obi-Wan Kenobi hilt, all those. And I would, fight with my friends, and yeah, we were super cool, right? They'd play lightsabers in the backyard. But I was just excited about that because it was like the hilt that I saw in the movies. And now, 15 years later, 17 years later, they actually you can actually pick up a lightsaber hilt, press the button, and then the saber will extend out. Unbelievable. Seriously. I've seen all I needed to see. I take that back. One thing I would really like to see, real life pod racing. I'm realizing right now, I'm retracting my statement because it's like I don't want to die right now. And so I underestimated the technology and how quickly we'd get there to these realistic lightsabers. And so I'm retracting that now. And I've seen this. I'm very happy about it. I can't believe it. But the next thing, I think that's maybe when I'll be ready to go. You can take me when I see like real life pod racing happening. It's May, Indy 500 coming up at the end of the month. I've always said I would love for the Indy 500 one day eventually, Indy cars become so fast and so advanced that they're like pod racers. And you know what, man? Again, if you would have told me when I was 12 years old that an actual lightsaber would be a thing when I was 27, I would not have believed you. So at 27, if you tell me when I'm 55 that pod racing will exist, now I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're on our way. That's a little bit more realistic. I can see that.
Light, darkness, a balance.
Now, it says that it doesn't you can't chop off somebody's hand with it, all right? So we haven't weaponized it yet, which is a good thing, I'd say. But still, it's there, dude. It's there, and it is real, and it is available, and it is spectacular. And that is a big, momentous day, guys. That is very, very exciting. It says it's going to be available 2022 at the parks. So I'm thinking maybe 2022 Christmas. Save up now. $5,000 lightsaber for Christmas. I'm saving up now, man. That's going to be my next big purchase. Yeah, Jake. Bad Batch was awesome. Wow. Episode 1, 75 minutes long. The aftermath. After the show yesterday, I went into a little conference room here at HQ3. I popped it on. Man, I was fucking sucked in, dude. I thought it was incredible. I thought that the story was awesome. I thought the action and the animation was great. I can't wait for episode 2 on Friday. I like that Disney Plus is going with I like and I don't like that Disney Plus is going with the not dropping all at once so you can binge them, because then, I would already have binged it yesterday or today, and then I'm just like itching for the next Star Wars. So I don't like in the moment that I can't just watch the next one because I enjoy it so much, but then afterwards I'm like, all right, cool. Like, got something to look forward to, got something to get me going on to the next Star Wars. But I'm with you, Jake. I'm glad that you brought that up, and I'm glad that you guys didn't spoil it for me yesterday because I hadn't seen it yet during the show. So thank you. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen Bad Batch, go watch season 7, that arc of Clone Wars on Disney Plus, and then go watch Bad Batch premiere episode 1 yesterday. Hey, good morning, man. Lightsaber color. Thoughts on New York City? I love New York City. I'll start there. I love NYC. It's cliche, but like every time I come here, I just get like sucked up in the energy and the. You just know you're in New York, man, and like there's cool shit happening, and cool shit has happened here. And being a kid who grew up in Indianapolis on the south side of Indy, kind of the where I came from, where I come from, like just the fact that like I work here and I have the ability to come here, and like it's not a rags to riches story because I had a really nice upbringing, but just in terms of like geographically, not many people where I come from, make it out to NYC. So that to me is special, and I don't take that lightly. I appreciate that. But New York City's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I went to Bleecker Street, John's of Bleecker Street last night with Mintzy and my wife, and that was super cool. Really, really good pizza. It's feeling alive, man. We walked past a restaurant / bar last night. Had a lot of outdoor seating. There's some live music going on. The vibes were on point, man. Everybody was excited. There was a lot of energy. You could feel it. So it's good. But then rank lightsaber colors. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think 5 will go yellow, 4 will go green, 3 purple, 2 red, 1 blue. It's like with my Star Wars best moments yesterday that I did, that's up on barstoolsports.com, and I tweeted it out and had more of an explanation. And I talked about it on the show yesterday as well on May the 4th. But with, red and blue, it's cliche, but it's like, blue is Anakin and Luke and Obi-Wan and a bunch of other Jedis, and red is just the Sith. So it's like those are iconic. You have to have them. They're clearly the top two. Purple is definitely, in my opinion, with Mace Windu, the next best. Green is super nice with Luke from Return of the Jedi, and green's probably creeping up there now that with his appearance in Mandalorian season 2 finale. So green's creeping up there, I would say, and then yellow is just a little freaky, on the back end. Yeah, hold the red button and flick it forward, man. Nailed it, Chris. That's exactly what I do. We fucking beat the hell out of each other with those plastic sabers, man. Hey, Katie, good morning. Yeah, I'm going to do a Glazing 5 in New York. So if you have any recommendations, if anybody has any New York City recommendations for donut places to go get some good donuts. I had Dunkin' yesterday, but it doesn't count. I want some more of a local feel, local shop. And yeah, I'll try to get a guest. Big Cat's a pretty busy guy. So I don't know if I'll be able to get him. But first guest, I would love to have somebody from the office, one of my coworkers. That'd be great. So I'll throw it by him, see what he says. But if you have any Glazing 5 recommendations, please send them my way in New York City. I'll film that either today or tomorrow or something. What else was I going to say? Something about donuts. Something about Big Cat, maybe? I can't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, send those my way, though. Hey, right on. Steelers Pacers fan here. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, my fandom's weird. People talk about it all the time, but it is what it is, right? You can't. Sometimes, just like you can't choose your family, you can choose your fandom in some ways. So I have a little bit of chosen fandom, and I have a lot of bit of not chosen fandom that I was just born into, and it is what it is. How about I got to talk about? I kind of went off on him on Twitter a little bit yesterday, but these, with yesterday being May the 4th, these Twitter badasses, right? I've never seen Star Wars. I don't care to see Star Wars. So have fun with your day. It's like, did you really need to put that out there? Are you that desperate for attention? I think what it is that people want to feel unique so badly that by doing that, they're really not unique at all. People want to stand out. They want to be unique. They want to be different so badly that they have to say something like that, when really there's a bunch of other people saying it, so it makes them just like everybody else. You either have seen it or you haven't seen it. And it's funny how humans, we say that we like to see each other happy. Do what makes you happy. I just want people to do what makes them happy. Hey, if it makes you happy, good for you. But then on days like that, people love to just shit on your parade. Love to. People out here, hey, Star Wars Day, talking about Star Wars, May the 4th makes sense. I love it. This is what it means to me. I appreciate it. Never seen one. Don't want to. Not interesting. Star Wars blows. Fuck off. It's like, dude, you're the same person that if I went down 3 tweets on your Twitter, I guarantee it's like, do what makes you happy for real. Or you'll retweet one of those tweets that has 60,000 retweets. Then 3 tweets later, all these people out here with Star Wars, fucking worst. Not a real day, made up. Oh, so you want people to be happy when it's on your schedule. Got it. You want people to enjoy things as long as you enjoy it. Right. Okay. Just so we're clear. Just so we're on the same page here. Dude, how fucking different do people think they are and unique that Star Wars, very arguably and clearly for a long time, the most iconic franchise in the history of movies and entertainment, they like to make it out that it's like weird if you like it, as if it hasn't been the number one movie of all time since it came out. But, I've never seen a Star Wars and I just don't get it. It sounds like it's on you. You got the Jeff Schwartz of the world, the jock meatheads. Just love to go out of their way and talk about how they've never seen it either. I don't know anything about Star Wars. You watch Star Wars? Like, shut the fuck up, man. You're not different. You're not unique. You're not cool. It doesn't make you have more of a personality because you didn't watch Star Wars or your parents didn't show you Star Wars. Big fucking deal. All right. Good on you. You want me to fucking, shake your hand? You want me to give you a round of applause? Congrats. There you go. Never seen a Star Wars. You are just so unique and different, and you deserve a fucking ribbon. Oh, man, I came out hot today, guys, with the Pacers, with Star Wars. We're throwing some flames, man. That's what you got to do sometimes. Pacers need to figure it out. They need to write open check to Reggie Miller or Jalen Rose because nobody cares right now. So that's just the truth. Now that I host a show every day, I have to be one of those people. If you want the truth, you'll come to me. I just speak the truth. The truth is, nobody gives a shit about the Pacers right now. And until they start caring a little bit about a loss, about wins, about what the next game is, they're in trouble. Got to get people to care again. All right, I got to go film some things. I'm going to be on Pick Central today because yesterday I had to record Going Deep. Going Deep, we talked with Mike Daniels from the Cincinnati Bengals, formerly teammates with Aaron Rodgers, talked to them about that situation. So go check that out and subscribe there. Subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/c/cupofjoey to support me, support the channel. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for following along and for waking up with me every single morning. Still got 2 days left in New York, so we're going to try to get some guests for tomorrow and Friday. Glazing 5 in New York. Please send me your recommendations as well. So until then, I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow live at 9.